Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs, welcome back to Decidedly Vanilla, and I feel like running down here into the entrance to the museum is the new, bursting out of my door when we did the episodes back in Freehaven on DV Season 2, so, yeah, sorry that I keep starting the same episodes the same way, but here we are back at the museum and things have been progressing, namely the roof. The roof is starting to take shape, and I say starting because I have absolutely no idea what shape it's going to take. This is a very irregularly shaped room. It's kind of an oval. It's got flat bits at either end. It's kind of like a barrel shape almost. And to that end, I went with a barrel-shaped kind of roof design, I guess. It looks a little bit weird right now because the nether brick is poking over the top of the stone. It's not some kind of weird graphical glitch. Do not adjust your set. Everything is fine. But yeah, I've been working on this a little bit off camera yesterday, and I think it's coming along quite well. Obviously, it is making stuff down below a little bit darker, but we'll talk about that in a second because I mean to get some lighting on the go. But I went with this kind of more detailed style for the central part, kind of went with slabs and made the whole thing look a little bit more kind of smooth, like it was gonna flow. Completely rejected that for the next two layers of nether brick and stone brick, but then we can always change that later because they both have stair and slab variants, so it's not too bad. And I'm going to kind of continue this downwards. I'm just not sure what materials to use, and there might be a time lapse later in this episode where I actually get on with some building, but I don't know for certain because I'm not entirely sure what I want to use here. If I end up using stained clay, I'm going to have to go out to the mesa and do a lot more digging because I don't have much stained clay left after filling in some of the walls around here. I've got the yellow over there, the green over there. I filled in this entrance down here with a kind of, it's a light grey stained clay. It's not a particularly appealing colour, but it's another colour, and it wasn't the blue, which I'm already using down there for that nice purple floor. And I'll probably end up using other colours elsewhere in the museum. As I mentioned in previous episodes, I have plans to kind of colour coordinate each area, almost like you would have in another museum. And this is what I mean about the light level. We have undesirables spawning inside the museum, so we kind of need to do something about that in case a creeper spawns and issues start to occur. But you might notice there, and you will notice again if I shoot an arrow into that central space there, it lights up. And this is because there's been a new release of Optifine which includes dynamic lighting, which is absolutely incredible to me, and to be honest, I really wish it was something they could implement in regular vanilla Minecraft as it is, because it completely changes. Yeah, get out of here. This is the problem. You see, this is why I need to light the place up. It completely changes the feel of the game. Because right now, you see that area up there, that is dark. The only way I could light that up would be to place a torch there or some kind of light block. But right now, the way it works is this is all client side. This isn't server side. So the lighting in that area hasn't changed. But if you hold a torch, hold a block of glowstone, any kind of light emitting block, or you fire flaming arrows, or a mob is on fire, or anything like that, it actually lights up the area around it with this version of Optifine. This is the latest release of Optifine for 1.9.4. It's release B5, and it's absolutely incredible. You can walk down into a cave using a torch like you would with shader packs, which do this. Shader packs often include dynamic lighting, and it lights the way. Now, obviously, that means that you get lost in caves very easily because I haven't left any torches on the wall to mark where I am. I'm going to get lost, but it's really cool, and it's something that I feel like should almost be part of Minecraft anyway, at least as an option. Like, I get the fact that dynamic lighting can sometimes mislead you into thinking that areas are lighter than they are, because look at this right now. I'm lighting it up with my torch and the light level looks like it's fine, even though if I go into debug, the block light is about 2. So we kind of need to place some torches here to make sure that no creepers drop off ledges and try and attack us, but I've been pretty good at dealing with them so far, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, the fact that dynamic lighting has been implemented for Optifine is absolutely mind-blowing. It's really, really cool addition to the Optifine feature set, and I'm very happy that it exists. Moving on to other news this week, 1.10 is apparently coming out really, really soon. Now, I did not call that at all. I absolutely thought that 1.10 was going to be coming out like a few months down the line. Like, I was thinking it was going to be at least 6 months it was in the development cycle, and apparently, I can't get over there right now, apparently the developers chose to release it super early. And I say early, like they seem to have the feature set kind of locked in, so it's not really early or late. What it is unexpected, and it's really cool to me that it's coming out. To be like, people were saying, oh, those bone blocks that are new, shouldn't you make your skeleton out of those instead of quartz? And I said, yeah, but the bone blocks aren't going to be coming out for a while. More fool me, because they're apparently coming out a little bit earlier than expected. There isn't a set release date yet, but there's already a pre-release available from the launcher if you're using snapshots, and that means that a full release is not too far away, which is a real surprise, because if you look at the amount of time 1.9 took to come out between, like, between 1.8 and 1.9, there is a gap of over a year. I think it's about 18 months. And so the release of 1.10 has come as a complete surprise to people, especially me, but I'm very excited about it. Even though people have said it seems like they're putting out an incomplete update, they're putting out a complete but very small update, and it's giving everyone access to what's planned for the game now. And that is why I'm farming netherwort, because netherwort blocks are a thing in 1.10, and I love the look of them. I posted a picture on Twitter earlier this week saying that they looked fantastic as carpet, and netherwort blocks surrounded by like grey wool looks really nice as kind of a plush carpet. It would be really, really cool to do that. So yeah, I am farming netherwort in preparation for that. I'm really, really glad we have a skeleton farm, because it means I can farm bone meal to make bone blocks instead of having to go and dig them out of a desert. And red nether brick is also going to be on the horizon. There is some really, really interesting stuff, which is almost kind of making me want to hold off on the roof of the museum until I have something like red nether brick to go in there, but I feel like that might be too much to make a giant roof out of it, and it would take an awful lot of crafting. But I'm looking forward to those. I think they're going to be fantastic, and we might even see a 1.10 release in the next couple of weeks, as far as I can tell. I was considering making a snapshot video about it, but they haven't really changed a great deal. Most of it is just kind of bug fixes and things like that, but once we get 1.10 on the go on this server, it is going to be a party town. I'm looking forward to it immensely. Can we just take a moment and look at this? That is kind of looking okay. I do want to make sure it looks good from the outside as well as the inside. And I'm not sure about it yet, but let's take a look at the outside of the museum in general, because I was about to go to the nether portal to go back to Farhaven, but there is something to be taken a look at here. Obviously, there are going to be buildings and stuff attached. There are going to be kind of rooms that proceed off from the outside of the main hall, but I think this looks pretty good in general. Like, I think it's got a nice vibe to it. There are bits of pieces that on that side and that side look a little bit different from where I've built up from these pillars to make the sort of recessed areas in those bits there. But all in all, it's not looking bad. It's a pretty nice looking building. And obviously this isn't a finished exterior by any means, but I don't think it's looking too bad, which is good to me, because I always worry about how these things look from the other side. If you arrive at the museum from anywhere other than the main entrance, it's going to look a little bit weird. And apparently there are horses strolling around my garden. But yeah, I'm going to head back over to Farhaven, going to pick up a couple of things, going to drop off a couple more things, and I'll see you guys over there. Welcome back to Farhaven, folks, and I'm going to drop a couple of things off at Silky's greenhouse, see if anybody has bought anything. Nah, it doesn't look like it, but that's fine, no worries. We're going to drop off the birch and oak leaves. I've kind of been doing that as I farm wood over at the museum. I've been kind of dropping off the leaves and saplings and stuff around here. We still need to get some more flowers on the go in here, and there was a fantastic flower farm design I saw where somebody was at the intersection of a swamp, sunflower plains, and a flower forest, and that meant they had absolutely all of the flowers available to them just in the one location, which was brilliant. And I really wish we could find a location like that somewhere on this server. I'm not sure if it exists, but if it does, that's going to be a task to find it. Probably a task for maybe someone like KB on one of his streams or something like that. And yeah, looking forward to seeing if we can pull that off. I want to talk about B-Ran's house, because this thing looks brilliant. Like, he built it on his latest episode. I think it came out earlier today. Go check it out if you haven't, because B-Ran doesn't do much building, generally speaking. He's not really got enough time to invest in being like somebody who dedicates hours and hours to a build project. But I'm going to head up to the top of my little Adobe community over here, because I think this deserves a bit of a spotlight, to be honest. He's done a really, really good job of making one of those houses where you start off with multiple intersecting boxes, and what you get is this fantastic, like, tiered design, like this. Looks really good. I really want to praise B-Ran for this. Praise B-Ran. Feel like I'm on the Coolnade again, but he's done a really great job with that, and it really fits with the kind of style that I've been building in specifically, kind of that modern style of stuff. It almost looks like an Adobe house itself. I think he's done really great with that, and it's beautiful sat up there on that floating island. So good job, B-Ran. Really want to highlight that. I think Paige is going to be building a house here at some point. I'm not quite sure exactly what she had planned for that, but it's going to be over there somewhere, I believe, somewhere near Jeff's house, she said, but on the kind of side of that side of the desert. And yeah, we're going to do a couple of things whilst I'm still in Farhaven. I was looking at my achievements the other day, and I noticed that for a start, I haven't gotten cake yet. And cake is one of those things that I usually overlook because cake is not necessarily something that you use as a food source all the time. But we need to get ourselves some cake on the go. I have a ton of cows in my backyard, so that's the buckets of milk taken care of. I need to get some eggs, and I'm not sure exactly where I will find them. That wasn't meant to be an egg pun, by the way. I didn't lean on the egg in exactly. I'll dump the bucket of water in here so we can milk the cows. The wheat is absolutely fine, and we have tons of sugarcane around. I just need to find myself a chicken so we can get some eggs. That's 1 bucket of milk, 2 and 3. Okay, cool. We should be able to do this mainly from our little stock that we have here. We've got some wheat over here, and I think I even have some wheat still in my inventory, yeah, so that's not a problem. Got 2 shovels on the go right now, by the way, because I've been farming clay, and having a silk touch shovel is not a great way to get clay balls to smelt into bricks, because you end up with a ton of clay blocks and no means to break them other than with your bare hands, and I didn't really fancy doing that, and I don't have bare hands, so I decided to make myself a second diamond shovel. Might add mending to it later, don't know yet. Not sure. Can I get any eggs from the chicken cooker? I guess I probably can't because they all go into those dispensers, but maybe I should try and open up the dispensers and grab a couple of eggs before they go through, but surely the dispensers just fire every time they contain eggs. I don't know. Does anybody have any eggs? You got any eggs, KB? Got plenty of feathers in there. Potatoes, wheat. Doesn't look like you got any eggs. Alright, we will have to go searching for chickens, track one down and force it to lay for us. You there! Lay an egg. Aha! Egg number 1. Now, I think it's just 1 egg, isn't it? Or is it more than 1 egg? I forget. I always forget the recipe for this. Is it 2 sugar, 1 egg, or is it 2 eggs, 1 sugar? I don't know. Is this a sugary cake? Is it an eggy cake? I don't think it's an eggy cake. We'll grab ourselves 2 sugarcane and test the recipe. It's weird that I always forget how this goes, but cake is not something you make very often except for the achievement, unless, you know, maybe it's somebody's birthday, something like that. We got 2 sugar, we got wheat across the top, we got milk across the bottom. No, maybe the wheat goes across the bottom and the milk goes across the top. And it's cake. Yes, the lie is complete. Ha ha ha. Have a cake. Community cake, I guess, because there is nobody else around and I'm not hungry. So we have a cake. Next up, turns out I didn't ever make my own enchantment table, which is a surprise to me. I also haven't returned a ghast fireball, which I find surprising, laughable. The adventuring time thing I think has been broken for a while, but it might not have. We just need to find a lot more biomes. We haven't found a mushroom island, we haven't found a mega tiger, we have not found ice plains spikes yet, as far as I know, except maybe KB might have found something in his travels. I can't really remember. But yeah, we have a little bit of work to do. But yeah, I need to make myself an enchanting table. I feel like this is probably the time for that. I need 4 obsidian. Do I have any diamonds in the chest here? I do. I have 12 diamonds from Mr. Kane 83, I believe. I only needed 2 of those. Thank you very much. And do we have... Now, I know we have tons of books. Are they at the museum or are they here in Farhaven? Nope, there is one. There's at least one. I think there's a stack in this enchanting box over here, and of course I'm making an enchanting table right next to an enchanting table, but there we go. Let's craft this thing real quick, because then we can get overkill whenever we happen to happen to crit a monster, that kind of thing. Where did I put the book? There it is. Bam! Enchanter! Get in. And do we therefore not have the librarian achievement? Despite the fact that I have so many bookshelves I don't know what to do with them right now, we have not got the librarian achievement. Never mind, we will get on with that later. So yeah, that's the Farhaven business kind of taken care of. Mainly wanted to come over and take a look at B-Ran's house. KB's house is coming along pretty well as well. He's got a diamond suit of armor in the window there, which always makes it look like he's at home, which is kind of funny. It kind of reminds me of the little statue of Logan we've got over in Freehaven. So I'm going to do a bit more building at the museum, and I will chat to you guys in a bit. Hey, we got one. So I made myself a quick record farm because I did not have one set up, and I needed to try and get a music disc for today's patron item requests. So I'm going to hop into the hole here. I managed to get myself 3 music discs so far. We have Blocks, Ward, and Far, but the patron in question has requested a Mellow High disc. So I'm going to try and not get shot by this skeleton and see if this creeper will give us a music disc. I mean, he will, but if it's the one we want, let's take a look. What have you got? Is that another copy of... It's another copy of Far. Okay, I'm pretty sure there are another couple of creepers around. This record farm has been absolutely infallible for me. You name a skeleton and put him under a glass block so he can't shoot you, and then you go out rounding up creepers. Now, I think the last creeper who's around here might have despawned. Going to take a quick round trip to see if we can pick him up, but I don't think we can. It's just that spider over there, and he's not going to give us a music disc. So no worries, we're going to call it there. Did I just hear a zombie? Just heard a zombie. May as well get out of here while we still can. Been fighting stuff all night here and there, but I'm going to have to put a temporary music disc in a frame and promise that I will get the correct one next time, and we'll name that one for this particular patron. So we're going to head into the museum and we're going to put up a couple more frames. I've not finished the roof, but I wanted to get this episode out to you guys whilst the roof progress was ongoing. That way when I update you all, then you can see how it's gone, and so you can give me a little bit of feedback, because this has been growing and I like the way it's shaping up. I think it's looking pretty cool. The one thing I wanted to get some feedback from you guys on is what should go in these gaps here, here, and here, and there's an identical 3 on the opposite side. I kind of want to have some glass in the roof, so I'm thinking some sort of stained glass, but I'm not sure if it should be stained glass for all 3 panels, if it should be kind of a pattern, if it should be stained glass and some other materials, something like that. I do want to let a little bit of skylight in, and I'm not sure if we're going to be building above this hall, but I don't think we will, or if we are, it's going to be something a little bit more modular, and it's not going to cover up these sections, so we'll probably be able to put some materials in there, and if it's glass, you'll be able to see the sky. That's the plan. So we have a couple more frames already up in here, and I need to pull up my list real quick. First item we're going to make is a shield, and I'm pretty sure you need 6 wood and an iron for a shield. It's been a while since I made this one because it's got mending on it now, so I don't even need to worry about repairing or replacing it. I should really put my banner on it at some point, but the problem with that is if you put a banner on a shield, it changes what the shield is and it loses the enchantments. So I would have to combine this shield with one with the banner on in order to get the enchantments. But check it out, right now we are we are dual wielding shields like we've got wings or something. So this one is going out to Dave Gaming 14. We're going to rename it in the anvil just up here. Dave Gaming 14. Pop that in there. He's been a patron for a while. He's active on the server, got his own YouTube channel, makes videos from the server, which is really cool of him. And we'll pop that one right here. And I kind of like shields being sideways on, because then it looks a bit like a plaque or something, as opposed to sort of sitting halfway around in the frame. So I'm going to put it that way up. That's that one there for Dave. And so the other items we need are 1 piece of cooked chicken. It's just called roast chicken currently, because I think it changed that when I enabled British English as my language of choice. Like I've got a diamond spade instead of a diamond shovel, which is kind of funny. But this one is going out to baseball_boy, I think it's BOI Ep.27, who is one of my new patrons. Welcome along, welcome to the Pixels. Great to have you on board. You're joining the patron server tomorrow, I believe, and you're going in this item frame there. Congratulations on your item. Now I'm going to start putting up item frames around the outside of here, just so they are kind of evenly spaced a little bit. So they're going to go on here, and these guys, hopefully, when we get a few more patrons, are going to be all filled up. But that's that going there. The slime block here is for David Jump, who just signed on recently with a $2 a month donation. Thank you so much for your patronage. Much appreciated, David Jump. He's someone who hangs out in my streams as well, so always cool to see a familiar name around the museum. You'll be going on that one right there. And let's turn that slime block sideways because it looks kind of cool. Looks like a little diamond, or well, not really a diamond, an emerald or something like that. And as for the music disc here, we're probably going to just put it up in a frame and not name it because it's not the disc that Oscar wanted, but that's going to be Oscar's disc Mellow High once I pick that one up. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you feel like getting your own named item in an item frame as well as a bunch of other awesome rewards, head over to patreon.com/Pixlriffs and consider donating. I always remind people that you should only donate if you are able. And I don't want to be taking anybody's money if it could be better spent elsewhere, but it's really, really appreciated. Helps support my channel, helps keep these videos coming out to you every week, and you get a bit of a reward. You get the opportunity to have a named item here at the museum, and this project is making me really happy. I'm really excited to see how it goes. But that's going to be it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching Decidedly Vanilla. My name has been Pixlriffs. Leave a like on the episode if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Leave a comment letting me know what I should put in these spare panels over here, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.